Hi there, Aries. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your general angel reading for, the week of April 4th through 10th of 2022. So for some of you, this is your birthday week, so happy birthday. And, I was just asking that all the Aries people who would benefit from this reading be exposed to it in some way and have their attention drawn to it. And so if you are tuning in brand new for the first time, welcome. And if you are familiar but maybe hadn't heard your message for a while, welcome back. So let's just see. We've got one more card to come out. So we'll just see what is your message. Well, what are your messages for this week? Okay. Okay, so we start out with you. Believe in yourself. You have everything that it takes to do what you're doing. Some of what you're doing is brand new to you. You've never had to do this before. And so it's like you have some doubts. Even it feels like it's a little unfamiliar for you. That you've generally been, fairly confident. You know what you can handle, right? You know that you can rise to the occasion when there's a challenge. But it feels like whatever this is you're going through is brand new and you're just not sure about yourself and your ability to get through this. But you totally have this. This is, it feels like you need to put this in perspective. This will help you grow, is what they're saying. This is helping you grow. This is it's just simply another step. And in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of a blip. And it's up to you how big that blip gets. It doesn't have to be very big. So you can go through this with complete equanimity and keep your world level. There will be moments where you dip and stuff like that. But if you really, really feel through this, you will understand that there's something that did happen that was never meant to last forever. Does that make sense to you? It's something that, and you knew it. You knew that this thing, when you started in it, when you started it, you understood then that it would not be, that it would be short-lived. And so remind yourself of that, because you knew that. And that's not a blame situation. That's more along the lines of, okay, so here you go. Now it's just the end of that part. Exactly how it's supposed to be. And of course you can handle this. And you knew that when you started. Okay. Yeah. And the very next card is love yourself. And so what I'm hearing now is no matter what you think anybody else feels about you. So it feels like there's somebody who's indicating that they don't love you, or perhaps they disagree with you, or they're arguing with you, something like that along those levels. But their opinion is not yours. They don't have to love you, and you don't have to love them, right? But you need to make sure that you are loving yourself. Go to your mirror. Go to your mirror so you can see yourself. And you look into your own eyes and you say, I love you. And say it again, I love you. Until you do not waver, until you believe it. Do that every day until you fully feel that absolute love for yourself. That's your way forward right now. Okay. There is also maybe the same kind of situation, across your whole life in a way, right? But you have all the resources that you need. You have the ideas, the imagination, the inventiveness. You also have, the money, the time, the people's support, the other experts. You have everything that you need to accomplish anything that you want. So, what is it that you've been wanting to accomplish lately? Or perhaps we're talking about that challenge that's going on. You have everything required to get through that absolutely in a stellar way. No, it won't be the same as before, but it'll still be amazing and beautiful, and you'll still love it afterwards. After there's a shift coming within your life, right? And or it has just happened. I'm not quite sure what level that's all at. For maybe different, for some of you compared to others of you. It is a general reading, therefore not all parts might resonate with all people, right? So whatever point you're at, see where you are, and you have everything and access to everything else that is required to stay even throughout this. And as they said a few minutes ago, there'll be some low parts, some low points, you'll need a little bit of downtime. You'll need some alone time to process things, to let yourself feel. Don't run away from it. Don't go to the gym instead of sitting at home to have a cry. That's what they're showing me. Okay. But you've got everything you need. And so there is required here some forgiveness. Seems to me that this was part of your message last week as well. That forgiveness begins with yourself. As you love yourself, you learn how to forgive yourself for humanness, right? For things that you think you did wrong, for things that, you said in the wrong way or whatever else, that somebody else was hurt by or whatever. If that's the case, well, you have an opportunity to go and make an apology. But forgive yourself for having done that. Because you are human, like the rest of us are. Everybody makes mistakes. And, from the angel point of view, it's not a mistake. That's the human point of view. So being that we are human, that is what we think, right? So when you think you've made a mistake, do what you feel you need to make amends, and then kind of sit with it and see, okay, what exactly is it that was wrong about that? Was it because it was the other person? Was it because, as if you said the same exact thing to somebody else, they might have not taken offense at all, right? Or is it, just because of the situation? Was it something really, truly hurtful that you should have not said? You were feeling it in the moment, but you lashed out, where it would have been maybe smarter to save that, and later when you're all alone, stand there as though the person's in front of you and let her rip then, right? Because that's an option, right? It's not, if you don't say it to the person, it doesn't mean like that you'll never get to say it. You can say it out loud to nobody later and get that out of your chest, like off your chest. Get that out of your environment, your physical, your energetic. Get that out there so that it's not lodged within you. And that's a really good way to clear it. If the forgiveness is required towards somebody else, mean it as much as you can. Cut cords with them. And then later, if you find you're still in that lack of forgiveness zone, do it again. And do it again. And do it again. Until you don't need to do it anymore. Until that's finished, until it's over, until you have truly let go of that and and felt the full forgiveness within yourself. The other person doesn't need to know about that, this part. This is for you. Okay, but it is required, even though, you think, oh, it's just me that I have to do that. Who else is more important in your life than you? No one. No one. Your connection to source energy is more important because that's what keeps you alive and thriving. You're next. Okay? So, this situation calls for adaptability and innovation. So it's kind of along the same lines as the resourcefulness. You have all the resources. Now you have to have the imagination to think them up, to know what you need, to change it around, have a different perspective. What's not been working, let's get rid of that and let's try something new. And like this third column here is all about something new. Learn something new and have, innovation at doing the new things. So here you see she's dipping her toes. So, you don't have to jump in head first, fully immersing in any one thing. But it feels like, a different way of thinking about something. And so it's a perspective change. It's freshening things up. It's, whatever this is that's changing, that's your challenge at the beginning of the reading here. It feels like this is going to change tracks, and some parts of it will still exist and be the same kind of as they were before, but you might just have to arrange it differently, right? And so use that adaptability to change it and to make it so that it works, even if it's something unconventional that, geez, hardly anybody's ever tried that before. Okay, let's give it a go. If this is what works for us, then why not, right? It's you get to determine that. Maybe not by yourself alone. There may be other people involved, but still, you get to determine that. Okay, so now we have the daily guidance cards and got one last piece of wisdom from your guardian angels. And they say, focus on service. So this whole concept is that everything you do is geared toward making things better, geared towards helping someone, perhaps yourself, perhaps somebody else, but the whole focus is to improve things, to make things easier or more efficient or flow better or take less time or, whatever. When your focus of your entire life, so this is home and career and relationships and money and, everything. When everything you do is vibrating at the level of smooth, that's when everything gets smooth. And that's when the abundance flows to you. That's when you have the time. That's when people cooperate. That's when, everything just works the best way it possibly can. When you focus on service, it's beautiful. All right, Aries, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you very much. And I love you. And I will see you next time.